me for your October 2015 forecast for the month. I want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel and for subscribing and liking and sharing this podcast, as well as showing me your loyal support to my Facebook page, Audrey Alison, Astrology and Tarot. Thank you for also choosing me to read for you. I read for a lot of Scorpios last month. And for your donations. I want to give a little shout out to a woman who had actually inspired me to create a donation button on my website, as it's not something I started doing. I didn't design the site with a donation button, but she comes from a little town called Manchester by the Sea in New England, and she asked me to create a donate button so she could donate to my channel, to my website, and without even asking for a reading. So I wanted to thank her because I've received some donations since, and I really appreciate your generosity, and I have a lot of gratitude towards anyone who would just donate without expecting anything in return. It's usually the exact opposite. I receive thousands of emails for free services that I can't adhere to due to this being my business, and I can't say yes to some people and not to others. So she showed me just the opposite of what her spirit consists of, which is expecting nothing from me but still donating to my channel. So thank you. Let's start the month. We have there's so much energy this month. A lot of grand trines are occurring. Fire is no longer an option here. This is about grand earth and grand water. But the first transit starts on the 8th of October. Venus will exit Leo after a 4-month stay and a retrograde in that sign, an extended stay actually, and enters Virgo through the 8th of November in your 11th house of friendships and goals and hopes and wishes. So you'll find with Venus there's a smoothing over, a beautification, a supply of love and money for the goals, for clubs, for organizations that you want to be affiliated with that require maybe membership dues, etc. Venus is also bringing in support for these endeavors, and maybe a beautification of just your normal social relationships and friendships at that time through the 8th of November. Mercury is still direct at the top of the month, or retrograde, but goes direct on the 9th of October at 0 degrees of Libra in your 12th house of dreams. So you might have had some dream recall or premonitions through sleep. Mercury is still retrograde as I'm recording these, and that is my ruling planet, so bear with my trickling tongue here. But Mercury officially clears his shadow, the degree in which he retrograded at 15 degrees, on the evening of the 23rd of October. But yes, he goes direct on the 9th, so your communications in the 12th, your spiritual self is more aligned, your dreams and inner thoughts are more balanced when he is direct. Wow, someone's just going for it. I don't know if you can hear that music, but it's club time. On the 11th of October, there's an aspect I wanted to discuss, and it's Jupiter trining Pluto. Jupiter stationed in Virgo along with Venus and Mars, so they're all three conjunct, and trining Pluto in Capricorn at an exact 13 degrees. And this is a harmonious energy between the 3rd house of communications and the 11th house of this clubs and social sector and friendships and goals and hopes and wishes. This guy is making me want to get my dance on in a little bit. If he keeps it up, we might have to get a little jersey on him for a minute. Okay, so Jupiter is expansion and abundance and opulence and benevolent energy, giving you the faith and optimism to communicate what your goals are very smoothly. Now, this trine is not just on the day of the 11th. This energy is here through the entire month, the remainder of the month, and going into November. And it's your birthday month, so happy birthday to you. That's coming up, though, when the sun enters Scorpio on the 23rd. So this trine is in effect, and there's a lot of players involved. And it has everything to do with the earth signs, particularly Virgo, where Jupiter, Mars, and Venus are stationed, and then trining Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn. So on the 12th, we have our new moon at 19 degrees of Libra in this 12th house, conjunct a direct Mercury. So new moon, do you want to advance your skill set in the psychic world, your 12th house of dreams? Do you want to have your rest, the new moon in the 12th house of rest and recuperation? What on earth? Sorry. Sorry for all the weird external noises. Not really sure what's going on over there. Sounds like a mixture of chickens and techno music. So maybe there's some kind of chicken dance happening over there. I'm sorry to get so distracted. It's kind of hard, though, in this neighborhood. But the new moon in the 12th house, house of rest, new spiritual intentions, new dream recall, the expansion of your own personal spirituality and psychic ability and intuition is magnified with the new moon conjunct Mercury. On the 15th and 16th, Mars joins Jupiter at an exact 13 degrees, trining Pluto. And Mars and Jupiter are doing this very intimate tango together. And there's a running theme here. So Mars is stamina and energy, and Jupiter is that abundance. And Mars is like the stepbrother or the annoying little cousin who's like, you know, let's get things going, let's play, let's get this energy. And Jupiter's taking his time, and just, he sits in a sector for a year. Mars goes through a sector every 60 days. So there's a very different tempo to the both of them. So one of them is doing the tango, and the other one's doing that chicken dance over there. So they're just very masculine planets working together, because on the 17th, Mars and Jupiter are at then 14 degrees together, trining Pluto in the 11th and 3rd house. And on the 19th, the moon joins Pluto in Capricorn. So the moon, intuition, Pluto, your ruling planet, intensity, deep-seated intensity at 13 degrees of Capricorn is trining Mars at a 15 degrees of Virgo, Jupiter at 14 degrees, and Venus at 9 degrees. All the earth energy is happening right now. And this is harmonious. Now on the 23rd, happy birthday to all the Scorpios. At the tail end of October, the sun enters Scorpio in your first house. It's your solar return, and you love when the sun is in the first house of self and body and ego. It's birthday time, so make sure it's a good one. Get out, set your intentions, or rest. Whatever you're comfortable doing, don't be hard on yourself. On the 27th, there is a full moon. It's a super moon at 3 degrees of Taurus. Now, more Earth, because as the moon enters Taurus, we already discussed that Jupiter, Venus, and Mars are in Virgo, and then Pluto is in Capricorn. Grand Earth trine on the day of the full moon, supermoon, and we won't experience another supermoon until April of 2016, and that is actually a new moon, so you won't see it the way you're going to see this puppy in the air, because it's going to be magnificent in between the 3rd and the 11th house again that we discussed, and add the 7th house in there where you hold Taurus, your polar opposite sign of 7th house of relationships, of marriage. Please watch your rising sign, your ascendant sign for these forecasts as well, because they're very accurate for transits to the degrees in which I'm speaking. So, filtering harmonious connection and communication between friendships, your relationship, and your goals. Beautiful supermoon energy, but brings awareness, could bring an ending to something, an ending to a type of communication style, to a friendship, or perhaps if you're not in a relationship, a business partner in the 7th, the house of the others. On the 31st, right after this grand Earth trine, on Halloween, or Samhain, whatever you're into, it is magnificent. It's a nebulous grand water trine due to the moon's transit so frequently every 2 to 3 days. The moon will enter Cancer on the 31st of Halloween. And when the sun enters Scorpio, that ignites Neptune in Pisces, trining. So we're going to experience the moon in Cancer, Neptune in Pisces, and the sun in Scorpio. This will be the first house, the fifth house, and the ninth house for you. Foreign travel, study, certification, romance, fifth house, children, maybe children and what they're studying. Beautiful, nebulous, dreamy energy of Halloween. So I want to get to the cards. I'm using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, just a crisscross back, but I am paying homage to the true artist behind the illustrations of this deck, and I'm taking a few minutes in each reading to discuss her. Her name is Pamela Coleman Smith. This is her image. She was born February 16th, 1878 in London, England, and she traveled to Brooklyn, New York to study at the Pratt Institute of Theater and Artistry, and traveled in between Kingston, Jamaica and Brooklyn and London throughout her life. And in 1903, she joined the Order of the Golden Dawn, which is most associated with Aleister Crowley and the mystical teachings of mysticism, intuition, tarot, and art. And in 1909, she was called under the guidance of Arthur Waite for a token payment to sketch 78 depictions of illustrations that he spoke about. And I'm going to read a little bit from her card here because I've been getting very emotional discussing her story in each video, but I want to be true to the respect that I really believe she is due with the creation of this deck. Despite the occasional art shows and favorable reviews by critics, she continued very slow sales of her works, and rejections were received by commercial publishers, and they left her deeply disappointed. She never married. She had no children. She had no known heirs except for an elderly female companion who shared her flat in London. She died on September 18th, 1951. Ironically, today is September 18th as I'm recording these videos. She was penniless and obscure at the day of her death. There was no funeral procession to honor her life. There was no memorial service to touch upon the impact her work would one day have upon her admirers. She died disappointed that her paintings and writings failed to achieve success, yet she never stopped believing in herself. Pamela Coleman Smith would all but be forgotten except for these 78 tarot paintings known as the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. She would no doubt be astonished and gladdened to know that today the deck touches the hearts and emotions of millions of people. Here's her picture again. I definitely respect her and give her all the credit that she is due for this amazing deck. And I want to see what's in store for Scorpio for October 2015. And if you'd like to read with me, you can reach me at audreyalison.com. On October 15th as well, I was asked back for a third time to be a special guest on Goddess Alive Radio. I will be taking callers live for mini tarot tasters that you can have on the air with me for free. And I'll have more information regarding the call-in number on my Facebook page, Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot. I'm sorry for getting emotional all the time too, but I feel the presence of Pamela throughout these readings. And as the wind blows here on this very hot Southern California day, I feel she's the cooling breeze around me right now. Scorpio. Here are your cards for October. Ooh, beautiful. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a water card for you, Scorpio, but it is the walking away. Maybe turning your back and walking away on a path that you're not giving up on, but you've realized emotionally, you see the moon in there intuitively, that it's not serving your highest purpose and you're going to connect with something else right now. This could also be crossing seas. and traveling at some point. The Magician. This is a spectacular card for the all-knowing, the infinity sign above his head, having all of the tools you need, the chalice, the pentacle, the wand, the staff, all the tools you need. The sword is here, the wand, at your disposal to make things happen. I want to see what else comes up for you before a complete interpretation. Queen of Pentacles, earth sign female, or just mastering your own environment and occupation. Prosperity, health, well-being, being provided for, security, protection. Or an earth sign female, Taurus, Libra, Virgo, and the grand earth trine energy. The Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is an emotional card. A lot of cup water energy for you here, Scorpio, just as you like it. If there's disappointment around you regarding perhaps turning your back on a relationship or a path that you feel has run its course, please know that you are being guided. You're in tune with what is magically serving your purpose. The Magician is also Jupiter in this grand grand earth trine, earth, pentacles, leading you to the right connections, leading you to your security, the correct groups, what foundation you belong to. You know, if you start a club or an organization in the 11th house, there's nothing saying you always have to remain in it for 8 years. You can walk away from things and start new things. Things come to an end naturally. Once you gather all of your resources and you learn as much as you can, there's a ceiling that you can reach in all of these areas. So it's okay to move forward at that time, and there's no need to be depressed about it, or perhaps thinking that you're lacking or missing something, or missing fulfillment. I think it's just starting. Your fulfillment's just beginning. As the sun enters your sign on the 23rd, there's energy to be happy about. The sun is the life force. He's the party. He's all the energy. He's everything we need. Without him, we don't exist. So keep your head up. And as an intuitive message, people say life is short all the time, okay? And I think that's because you can go at any moment. But I truly believe life is long. Life is tedious. Life is very long because we are not the body. We are a soul, and our soul lives way beyond the blood and vessel and muscle that we are encased in. And that message is absolutely for you, Scorpio. I haven't said that in any readings. And I feel like you need to realize that in this very long life and experience and journey that we're having, you will be ascending. There is ascension, and that's elevation. So if you're depressed in the Six of Cups, do you believe in magic? Do you believe in your true purpose coming to light? Keep positive. Keep positive, okay? My name is Audrey Alison, and remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.